got the tights, fighting for our rights, and we all red, white, and blue. Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. All of us are counting on you and the power you possess, putting all your might on the side of right and our courage to the test. Wonder Woman, get us up from under, Wonder Woman. Here to fight the force of evil, and your chance won't be denied. Woman of the hour, with your superpower, we're so glad you're on our side. Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, you're Wonder Woman.
Have you seen this?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. I picked up a fresh copy off the newsstand just last night. It seems to me that the tone of this article is a little skeptical.
Well, I'm not surprised. You should have seen the faces of the reporters when they asked me about her age. And I told them she was about 27. 2,527 to be exact.
She doesn't look a day over 2,526.
She'll be glad to hear that. I must admit, though, it's as much of a mystery to me as it was to my father years ago. She looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
I was standing as close to Wonder Woman as I am to you right now, and she looked as young and beautiful and fascinating.
Your father was a major then, wasn't he?
Yeah, the old Army Air Corps.
And I was wrapped in a cloak and carrying a dagger for the OSS. Seems like yesterday.
Did you see this?
Oh, yes, thank you, Diana. Actually, I'm not sure they believe every word you've told them, Steve.
Hey, I don't care what they believed. As far as I'm concerned, Wonder Woman's back, and...
Steve Trevor's got her?
Don't I wish.
Yeah.
How was your daughter's birthday, Joe?
Oh, fine, thanks, Diana. She flew in from Los Angeles and we had 24 teenagers go. Nice of you to remember.
But you had a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, we did.
Good morning, Diana, Steve, Joe.
Good morning, sir.
What you're seeing is, of course, Hitler's takeover of Austria in 1938, justified by the Nazis as an Anschluss, or political reunion of the fatherland.
Followed by Munich, followed by World War II.
This is a former high-ranking intelligence officer, Fritz Gerlich, who worked from within to undermine Austria's resistance. Today, Gerlich is alive and active in South America, specifically in the province of Cordova.
Cordova? Surprising. We know of large cells of new Nazis in Rio, Buenos Aires. But San Rafael, the capital of Cordova, is a dusty, isolated little community.
Exactly, Joe. Steve, you and Diana are to fly to San Rafael to determine why Gerlich picked a dusty, isolated capital as a base for what the Nazis are now calling Anschluss 77.
How did we find out about Anschluss 77, sir?
A high-level CIA intercept of a message to Gerlich just gave us the code name last night.
Anschluss. A term out of the past, a face out of the past. What do they mean now? How dangerous are they?
That's what you will find out.
I thought Captain Gaitan was going to meet us here.
He probably thought the plane we were on wasn't going to make it.
I had my doubts about that, too. And the bus. Well, why don't you relax here a second? Keep an eye on the luggage.
All right.
I'll see if I can find ourselves a reception committee.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey! Wonder Woman, what are you doing in South America?
I think my reasons for being here are pretty much the same as yours. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, except for my whole body. I seem full of muscle in my shoulder.
Here, sit down. Better?
Well, it's perfect. How'd you do that?
Well, it's a principle that's similar to acupuncture. Pressure applied to the nerve endings. I learned it centuries ago from an old Chinese doctor.
Centuries ago? He taught you well.
Who were those men?
Probably a couple of thugs working for a former Gestapo agent, Fritz Gerlich, who, by the way, isn't supposed to know I'm even here. Hey, I better go see about Diana.
I asked for the man. You bring me his credentials. Then you asked me to believe that your men were defeated and driven off by a young woman wearing what are obviously the colors of the American flag.
Sorry, sir, but I do. She has an amazing, almost superhuman strength.
Oddly enough, your description sounds somehow familiar. There was such an American intelligence agent used against us. But it's been 40 years.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Never mind. In any case, it's now more essential than ever that I obtain complete information. The woman he works with obviously has his trust and is an important American agent. Do you think you can take her without suffering further injury?
Certainly, sir.
And I assure you, Mr. Trevor, that no one, absolutely no one, except the Ministry of the Interior and myself, was aware of your arrival. Perhaps these men were bandits out to rob you.
I doubt it. But never mind that now.
I'm sorry to mention it, Captain, but there is another possibility.
A leak? In the Ministry itself? Well, I'll check into it.
Have you ever seen this man?
Depends upon when the photo was taken.
He'd be older. That photo was taken before World War II.
Then it is an old picture of a man I've seen. The scar is the same. I don't know his name, but I have seen him rather frequently in the last few months.
It's very important that we find him as soon as possible.
Oh, well. He drives a white van, and on 2 occasions I've seen it parked outside Dr. Stern's house.
Dr. Stern?
Yes, he lives just outside of town. But he's had a clinic here in San Rafael for over 20 years that I know of.
Since sometime after the war?
Yes. Amazing how popular certain of our countries became after the war.
No one's here. We may be too late.
Check around the back. After you.
Oh, get in. It's ice cold. Dr. Stern. It's strange. It seems like someone knew we were coming to this house. But how?
Diana, you read a little German, don't you?
Yes.
What do you make of this?
This is a German medical treatise. Something about cellular mutation.
Mutation?
Well, I may have mistranslated the words dasselbe to mean repetition. Cellular repetition. Steve, I think we should find out more about Dr. Stern.
Like what exactly?
Like how much or how little experimenting he's done on cellular repetition, which is another word for cloning.
You mean the creating of an identical new cell from a living cell?
Yes. Like a lizard being able to grow a new tail. I think we should find out whether this lizard lost his tail or grew it back.
See what else we can find out. They also knew we were coming to San Rafael.
Now you get Herr Gerlich.
Fritz Gerlich, I imagine?
We asked the questions. You're the one who was handcuffed. Get back to town. And remember, at 2 o'clock you must be at the airport to pick up Herr Strasser and Herr Roger.
Yes, sir.
Now we shall wait for Herr Gerlich.
So, Miss Prince, you and I both know that the value of our work lies in acquiring information and acquiring it while it is still useful. My leg. Quite sound now.
Quite remarkable.
What you would call a miracle. Well, precisely what is the purpose of your mission here in San Rafael? Who led you to Dr. Stern? And I've heard a remarkable story about a young woman who seems to be able to toss grown men about like toys. Just what is her function in American intelligence? As I indicated, I have very little time. Hans, tie her to the beam. This is a 2-minute fuse. If you decide to cooperate, call out. We shall return and extinguish the fuse. If you do not, I'll feel the same. Good to go. realized that if she told me what I wanted to know, I would still have to dispose of her. Good agent.
¿Quiénes son tus jefes?
No los conozco bien.
He claims to know very little about his employers.
Where was he going now?
¿Para dónde ibas ahora?
Al aeropuerto. Tengo que esperar con el coche hasta que lo contacte.
He was only told to go to the airport. He would be met there.
He's lying.
Yes, certainly he is.
He knows where they took Diana. Ask him.
¿A dónde llevaste a la muchacha?
¿Qué muchacha?
He says, what girl?
Apparently, he doesn't realize yet how important it is to me to find this girl. We may have to refresh his memory.
Mi compañero cree que no comprende lo importante que es para él esta mujer. Creo que tendremos que refrescarte la memoria. Nobody could have survived cave in. I'm sorry, I'm deeply sorry.
To be all alone like that, sealed off. Maybe she's trapped. We need some men. We've got to try and find her. Diana! You're all right. You're alive. She's okay. I don't want to talk in front of Gaitan. Here, please sit down. How did you manage to get out of that cave?
Well, I got out just before the blast went off.
Thank God. Was it Gerlich?
Yes. I was near the mouth of the cave when it happened. And I followed Gerlich and the others to a helicopter. It took me a while to get back, but I guess I was lucky.
You were lucky for both of us. Did you get any idea of where they were going?
Yes, a place called Campo Grande. They weren't very careful in what they said because they didn't think I'd be around to repeat it.
Of course not.
Steve, in the old newsreels we saw, Gerlich had just one leg, right?
Right.
Well, now he has two. Two perfectly good legs to stand on.
Sir? That is correct. Born 16 March 47 at Stuttgart. Your father's SS file number 417577. Johann Roge.
That's right.
Your father was SS Gruppenführer Heinz Roge.
No, sir.
File 213994, right?
No, sir. My father was SS Sturmbannführer, Dr. Albert Roge. Waffen SS Medical Experimentation Division.
Good. All right. Welcome to Cordova.
Dr. von Klemper. Herr Doktor.
Oh, the sons of my old comrades. Oh, God. Johann. I understood there'd been a delay.
The van that we planned to bring them here in was taken, but another way was found. However, gentlemen, I must stress the fact that we must move swiftly.
Yes, Fritz, but we have waited this long. You have endured so much. Well, we will not be diverted now. Come, gentlemen. This is the day. The 39th anniversary of the Führer's Austrian Anschluss, der Tag. And you have come in time to share the glory. Do you remember the project I was working on with your fathers in 1945?
Oh, yes, of course. The acceleration of the healing process through cellular regenesis.
Yes, the more quickly to return our wounded to the front.
Ah, yes, but since that primitive time, I have achieved the ultimate. The infinite duplication of a single living cell.
A process called cloning, of course. But, Doctor, last year, research scientists in America and Europe succeeded in doing the very same thing.
But they are light years behind what I have accomplished. Nine. When Fritz first came to me, he had but one leg. Huh?
But this is the greatest scientific breakthrough of the century.
Oh, no, just a prelude to the greatest, which you are about to witness. Comrades, just before you arrived, I prepared for cloning living cells in the sacred body of the Führer. Preserved all these years for this very day. Comrades, come on. So now, this great moment shall live forever in our history.
Why we're here, or exactly how we learned about Dr. Stern.
Yep. Could be Gaitan is not our man.
Could be. To the right. concrete bunkers?
A tank.
They have an armored car, too.
A firing range with brown shirts. That accounts for the rifle shots.
Well, Steve, now we know for sure what they meant by Anschluss 77.
Diana, you take the Jeep. Find the nearest telephone. Get a hold of Gaitan. Tell him what's going on. Have him get some men and equipment out here as soon as possible.
All right. Be careful, Steve. As soon as I call Gaitan, I'll be back.
I'll be here.
Policía Nacional.
Captain Gaitan, this is Diana Prince.
Yes, Miss Prince.
Steve and I have just verified the existence of a large Nazi installation near Campo Grande. You'll need a heavy weapons force. They have about 50 men assembled with tank and helicopter capability.
I'll get authorization from the provincial governor's office.
Steve and I will maintain surveillance until then.
One last thing, Miss Prince. I was wrong about someone in the Ministry of the Interior. I ordered the search of the apartment of my most loyal officer. The leak has been stopped.
Was suchen Sie hier?
I took the wrong off-ramp. Captain Hoffman.
All personnel report to the main staging area. All personnel report to the main staging area. Alle Mannschaften begeben sich zum Hauptsammelplatz. Alle Mannschaften zum Hauptsammelplatz.
Achtung! Beugen! Rechts! Arme! Runter! Rück! Durch!
More than 47 years ago, I stood in a small Munich beer hall and spoke to a small band of loyal followers. I was scorned as a powerless nobody. But my small band of brown shirts grew into thousands, and thousands into millions. And we conquered a third of the world!
Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil!
I can speak to a small band of loyal followers, out here and all over the world. Again, we shall grow into millions. History shall repeat itself. A new Anschluss has begun.
Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil!
Can you men leave this location? You will return to the cells, which will head in Latin America, Europe, Africa. Those who remain will launch the first assaults, wherein that flag will be carried into battle. A police post more, a potential capital next week, and in days, weeks, we will see a world at war.
Wonder Woman. You're not going to believe what just happened.
I know. I was there. I heard.
But that was Adolf Hitler in the flesh.
Yes, I know.
No, you don't understand. It was a cloned version of him, just like he was back in the 1930s. You see, earlier, Diana Prince and I found some papers of a Dr. Stern who's been working on cellular regenesis, cloning.
He'd be crazy to think that he could conquer.
Well, he was mad the first time around. And from what I just heard, it's going to cost a few million lives to prove him wrong again.
Then this Dr. Stern would have to be here, right?
Right.
Captain Hoffman, I'm relieving you. Report to your corporal.
Dr. Stern, I presume. Or are you? You cannot lie. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Heinrich von Klemper.
And you made the clone of Adolf Hitler?
Yes.
Is the cloning process finished?
No. You must have additional treatments for the complete stabilization of the cellular structure.
And when will that happen?
The Fuhrer is on his way here, accompanied by his bodyguard. You will be arrested and shot.
What are you doing?
The good doctor has just hired a new lab assistant.
Das ist mein Labassistent.
Diesen Weg, mein Führer, bitte. Activate the reversal process.
Never.
Hold it. Lower your weapons. Sidearms too. Your hands on your head. Back against the wall.
Tell me how to activate the reversal process. You cannot lie. Which dial? Answer me.
Dials 4, 6, 8. In that order.
Now what?
Dial 11.
This guy can.
Believe me, Doctor. We did the right thing. Did you take him out, Steve?
Open the door.
Steve, it's finished.
Not quite.
So he was cloned and then uncloned.
That's it.
And Wonder Woman helped you to find the secret Nazi base.
She was even there for the uncloning, but by that time she'd changed into a medical technician.
And subsequently destroyed the lab.
Well, it's your report, not mine. At least we have concrete evidence that Anschluss 77 has been smashed.
Beyond repair.
Yes, that should please him. It's too bad you weren't there to witness this magical transformation, Diana.
But Wonder Woman was.
Wonder Woman, here to fight the force of evil, and your chance won't be denied. Woman of the hour, with your superpower, we're so proud.